New at 4, the University of Wisconsin Platteville has named the next leader of its athletic programs. Michael Knipe will oversee 16 NCAA Division III athletic programs and campus recreation. In the past 4 years, he has served as Director of Athletics at Fort Lewis College in Colorado, as well as Director of Athletics in Minneapolis. He is taking on the position after the unexpected death of former athletic director and assistant chancellor, Dr. Christina Navarro-Krupka. Knipe recognized Navarro-Krupka in a statement saying she, quote, left a legacy that many can only dream of and very few ever achieve. He is expected to start at UW-Platteville on May 13th.